Alright, I need to take some insulin before I start this video. Okay. Hello. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I just want to do a little sit down video letting you know what happened when my insurance denied my Tresiba. So if you didn't notice in my last video, flying alone with type 1 diabetes, I was using a different long-acting insulin. I was using Lantus instead of Tresiba. Here's what they both look like. Well, you can't really see that, but Tresiba is with the blue and green label, and Lantus is in the gray tube with like a purple and black label. So basically at the beginning of this month in February, my endo's office called me and they were like, hey, your insurance denied your Tresiba. And I was like, what? And yeah, so they were like, yeah, so they denied giving you your Tresiba, so what you're gonna have to do, or what they would prefer you to do, is to try Lantus. They would prefer you to be on Lantus because it's a cheaper drug. It's a cheaper of the two like long-acting insulins, which these are basically the same thing. The only difference is Tresiba lasts for 36 hours and Lantus will only last for 24 hours. So basically they said your insurance wants you to try Lantus, but we can appeal it if it doesn't work, but you have to at least try it before. So I was like, ugh, okay. So I tried it. I tried Lantus in the middle of traveling and just like being really insane work-wise is when all of this happened. So on Friday, Valentine's Day, I took my last dose, or I'm sorry, on Thursday the 13th, I took my last dose of Tresiba and I ran out, and Friday was the first day that I took Lantus. The first day that I was on Lantus, it was okay, and I was like, oh, this might like work for me, which would be totally fine. I would be okay with switching if it worked, but I didn't think it was gonna work for me. So Friday, I took my first dose, my first full dose. Things were like pretty good, and then overnight, I went high, and there was like no reason for me to be going high. I think I exercised right before I went to bed even, so I should not have gone high. And when I say high, I wasn't like HIGH, but I was basically just like in the upper 100s, lower 200s, which normally overnight, especially if I've exercised right before bed, I can get in like the 80s, 90s area. First night, I was like, okay, it's just the first night. Maybe like it'll change the second night because my body's kind of like getting used to a different medication. I did my second dose on Saturday, the day after Valentine's Day, and same thing happened. I was like pretty okay during the day, and then overnight I started to go up. So basically what I think was happening is the Lantus was only lasting like 12 or 16 hours, and then was just kind of like fizzling the last 12 hours. Hence why I was going high for like no reason, especially while I was sleeping, because I do my injections in the morning. And I was out in LA while all this was happening, so I was doing my injections on Pacific time, which I was doing them at 7 a.m. So yeah, it makes sense at about hour 12, 7 p.m. in the evening. It was just kind of wearing off and wasn't working. I contacted my endo's office and I was like, hello, Lantus is not working for me. What can I do to appeal it? I didn't know what I would be required to do, or they would be, I don't know what they have to do to appeal it. I think they just have to write a letter. But I was like, let me know if you need any blood sugar logs or glucose levels, like let me know anything you need, because I really want to go back on Tresiba. Tresiba is my preferred insulin. I think I already said this, because it lasts 36 hours, so it'll last the whole time that I have it in me. So basically I can go, if I count my carbs correct, like perfectly, I can have a super flat line and I won't be going like high or whatever from being on a different one. So yeah, so I contacted them and I was like, let me know what you need from me in order to appeal it. Whatever you gotta do, Lantus just isn't working for me. I was like, I'll even try Toujeo, which is another long-acting insulin, but if I understand correctly, it's essentially the exact same thing as Lantus, but a different name. And maybe it costs different, not positive. I told them, I was like, let me know what you need from me. I'll do whatever. I need my Tresiba back because I can't do this. So I think they wrote a letter, they did what they had to do, and when I got on my flight on Wednesday, which is what I filmed in my last video, when I got off my flight, I got a call from my endo's office and they were like, good news, you got approved for Tresiba until 2039. I was like, oh. Well, I was like, one, that's amazing news. Two, I don't know why I got like indefinitely approved for 20 years, especially because I lose my insurance in 6 months. So I might have to do this whole like Lantus thing over again, but I think we can write a letter and have it be fixed pretty quickly. So yeah, I basically wanted to make this video though. I think it's so important, especially when you have a disease like type 1 diabetes or another like autoimmune chronic disease, to stand up for yourself and like do what's right for you. So I knew the whole time that Tresiba is what works best for me. I knew from the very first time that I ever took an injection of Tresiba that like it was the best insulin that I could be taking, because it just worked the whole 24 hours and there wasn't any point in time where I was like randomly high or anything. So I just think it's so important to stand up for yourself and to fight for what you need. So I wasn't about to be like, oh, fine, I'll just take Lantus now, and I just dropped it. And be like, okay, well, I guess this is what I'm gonna do. I was like, no, Tresiba is what's right for me, so I'm gonna do what I have to do, whatever I have to do to fight that and to get Tresiba back. Again, didn't think it would be that easy, but I was definitely prepared to like do more. That's basically it. I feel like this was like a really short video, which maybe it was, but I just wanted to kind of come on here and explain what happened and explain the steps that I did to get it appealed, which again, there weren't that many, and just kind of keep you guys up to date with what's going on. So this is something that happened this month, and here I am making a video about it. So I hope you guys like this video. Let me know if anything like this has ever happened to you. I'd love to hear your stories. I think everyone has something like this. Insurance can be a huge pain in the butt sometimes, but you know, something we have to deal with having a chronic illness. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.